Howdy gamers, old gamer guy here. Welcome to another first hour impressions video. This is about an hour of gameplay, highly edited down. This one is almost half an hour long, so it's way longer than I usually like to make these videos, but there was just so much footage I wanted to show that it ended up being pretty long. I actually did the tutorial, but I'm going to skip past that. We're going to get straight into the story, and obviously there are going to be some spoilers in here. Not too many story spoilers, but we start off with our happy family reading a somewhat creepy story to an infant girl, and then the attentive father is tasked with taking the kid upstairs and putting her in her crib using his creepy detached VR limbs. This is always weird to see in VR. And then it's back downstairs for a nice cozy conversation with the old lady. If you played Resident Evil 7, you may recognize Mia, and of course the husband is what's his name? Ethan. So yeah, these two have a little bit of baggage. But I'm going to shut up and let this scene play a little bit because this is really intense in VR.
Well, at least we're all together. You, me, Rose. Now, everything's gonna
Seriously, think we can just forget about what happened in Louisiana?
It happened so long ago. I don't understand why you are so...
Mia, get down! Mia! Mia, oh God! Chris? What the hell?
Sorry, Ethan.
No! What? Why?
That's right. Chris Redfield, the hero of past Resident Evil games, has shown up at the house here with some masked and armed people, and they're not being very friendly. They apparently gunned Mia down, and they're taking the child, and they're dragging Ethan out of here. And all of this is just incredibly intense in VR. Ethan apparently passes out, and he has a dream of having a fight with Mia, and then he wakes up next to a crashed vehicle.
What's your status? Is the package safe?
What are you talking about? Where's Chris Redfield? And Rose?
Who is this? This is a secure channel. You are not authorized to walk.
Ethan discovers that this was all a mission that Chris Redfield and his team were sent to do, and now there is nothing for us to do except follow our gamer instincts and follow a trail in the snow, which leads us to a barbed wire fence. And then we injure our hands. This is the first of several horrific hand injuries that this character is going to suffer. But I'm going to shut up and let this play for a little bit because, once again, this is very intense in VR. You get definite Blair Witch vibes as you're going along here. The game does a great job in this sequence. I don't know if you call it a sequence, but it does a great job of making you feel like you are being followed and watched. And it is properly creepy. And properly creepy also describes this crappy old house. Very much Blair Witch and Texas Chainsaw Massacre type vibes as you're moving around in here. Even though not much actually happens, it is properly creepy to explore this space. You can tell that I want very badly to pick that up and use it as a weapon, but never mind that. This crappy old house is falling down on top of us. And once again, this is something that happens in the demo, but yet it is nonetheless cool and kind of startling to see it play out in front of you in VR. But now we need to make our way out of this house. Things are kind of knocked over a little bit, and we're still hearing footsteps as though somebody else is here with us. A cabinet gets knocked over and blocks the doorway, so we have to crouch and crawl. And this crawling is happening automatically, and it's kind of unusual in a VR game that they take control of the camera away from you, but it seems to happen quite a bit in this game. I think people who are susceptible to motion sickness probably would not like that. But never mind that. We make our way back outside. It's daylight, and you press forward with the stick and X to jump over short obstacles, and we make our way forward, and we hear a bell tolling.
Where the hell am I?
I've been playing with the default settings up to this point, but right there I changed the turn speed on the camera on the right stick. I turned it down one notch and then went down the hill, and now we are in this we're out of the crappy house and now we're into a crappy town, and the game is just a little bit less linear at this point. We have a few different directions we can go. Not a huge area, but a few different ways we can explore here.
Maybe they're out.
We hear what sounds like something being dragged on the ground outside, so I wanted to check that out. And it appears that a body is being dragged around the corner there. So I went to check it out, but by the time I got over here, there was nothing to see. And then something ran across the doorway right there. So yeah, the impression that you're being followed and watched still carries on into the daylight. And then out here we find a very Resident Evilish place where it says you need an item. Notice how the light and the shadow move around as I move here. Even with cartoonish graphics, VR can kind of sell your brain the idea that you're in a real space. But when you are looking at more realistic graphics like this, that illusion is really, really powerful. Moving further into the town, we start to hear what sounds like music and a voice through a loudspeaker, and we find some goat heads hanging. It's all very festive. And then here's another very Resident Evil-ish looking area. We've got something to read here on the fence, and there is a chain locking the gate. And then over here we have another gate with a weird symbol on it and a ladder. And so yeah, all of this has a very Resident Evil-ish sort of a vibe. But once again, I'm going to shut up and let this scene play out because it is quite intense.
Did they just run out of the house? No, no! Friendly! Friendly!
Who are you? Who sent you?
Nobody. There was an accident down the road. What's going on?
Oh no. They're coming.
Who is? What the hell was that?
You have a gun?
What?
Please tell me you have a gun.
No, why would I?
So, take it! Take it!
Are you listening?
Take!
It's hard to describe how all of this looks in VR to someone who has never put on a VR headset. You are in the space, and so if you can imagine, when I'm looking around, that's me moving my head around and looking. So this footage is like I'm wearing a GoPro camera on my head, basically. So if you can imagine that and imagine yourself in the space, you might get a better idea of what I'm talking about. But this is really intense. I'm going to shut up once again and let this play because we're about to get some more action here.
Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with this place?
I don't know if you can see it, but there's a figure crouched in the darkness ahead. It looks like my guitar playing days might be over with, but never mind that. We've got to fight for our lives here. And it's funny in VR, the action, when I'm watching this footage, the action seems kind of awkward. But when you're in the moment, this is incredibly intense. There's actually a way to block those melee attacks, but I was so freaked out in the moment that I forgot to do it, and I don't think you will see me block a melee attack in this entire video, but it is possible to do. But never mind that. I just got my gun out of its holster with my right hand, and I hit the circle button to eject the magazine, and then I used my left hand to reach into my ammo pack and grab some ammo and reload my gun, and all of that is just incredibly immersive. In a little while, I'm going to get a shotgun, and then the shotgun will be on my right shoulder, so I'll have to reach up to my right shoulder to grab the shotgun. That is all just incredibly immersive and nerve-wracking in the moment when you're in the heat of battle. But never mind that. We now can cut this chain, and it's a really simple inventory management right there. I can just reach in and grab out of thin air, grab these cutters and cut through this chain. In this game, it does seem like there are 2 or 3 different ways that you can interact with things, and so sometimes you have to figure out what the proper method of interaction is. Sometimes you just have to walk up to something, sometimes you have to press a button, sometimes you have to reach out with your hand and grab something. right there. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a dead body being dragged through that door. So yeah, this is a very calming experience, let me tell you. No, not at all. This is very, very nerve-wracking. Now it's telling us that we can barricade the doorway. I cannot actually close this door with my hand there, but I can reach up and use both hands to interact with this cabinet and then pull it across the door. There is a radio going off over here, not really saying much, but we're about to get a little more action here. So once again, I'm going to shut up and let this play because once again, it is incredibly intense in VR. I'm lucky I didn't die right there because once again I completely failed to even try to block a melee attack. Really incredible video game skills on display. But once we kill this one creature, the rest of them run away. If you don't block the door, then you have to kill 2 creatures before they run away. But never mind that. The radio is now telling us that survivors need to go to a particular place. So that is our next objective, I guess. We do get some amount of automatic healing, but we're not completely healing up all the way. I still need to either find or make a medikit. I think in the demo there was a green herb up here. I could be mistaken, but I think at this point I was able to make a med kit, a first aid kit, but not right now, so we need to press forward. And in the interest of full disclosure, I will tell you that when I started making this video, I had reached this point in the game. That was kind of my my autosave moment right there. So I had tried this several times and I kept failing. I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to do here. I'm not the type of gamer who likes to look up the answers to things. I will eventually if I get frustrated enough, but otherwise I will just keep reloading and trying. So at this point I didn't know what was going to happen here. I had seen this part, of course, these creepy figures on the roof just kind of creepily backing away, and there is a box right here that I can break. I'm not sure I've been properly exploring. The whole experience is so nerve-wracking. I probably walked past a few of these boxes. But right here, I can now craft a first aid kit. So we're going to go back into the crafting menu. I've got all the items I need, so I just hold the button down. There we go. Now I've got a first aid kit. And now we'll go ahead and use it. I'll exit out of the menu. I reach up to my left shoulder to try to grab the first aid kit, and you have to kind of fish around to find it, and then you use your thumb to take off the to take off the lid on the jar, and then you curse at God for putting you in this situation at all, and then you move on. But at this point, unfortunately, one of those figures drops down from the roof and starts to slowly close in on you. So yeah, things are about to happen here, so I'm going to shut up and let this play.
Damn it. Okay.
It says you can attack those bags of flour and make kind of a cloud to obscure the area, but once again, just like blocking, I'm too freaked out to actually do it. But it is possible. I was able to loot through the floor there, which I'm sure was not intended. But yeah, basically you're going to just see me run here for a while. I will eventually get my pistol out and use it some, but I'm just trying to survive here and run away from these guys. And also eventually a large creature is going to show up. I guess you would call this almost a boss battle in a way, except you're not actually battling the boss. So I'm running here. Now, here I'm running up to a fence, trying to open it, and I'm really panicking. I accidentally grabbed my gun. There, I finally got through the fence, but one of the creatures did hit me and hurt me. And yeah, I'm just trying to run and avoid them. And this is just really, really, I keep using the word intense, but it is accurate. I noticed a red barrel over there, and we all know what a red barrel means.
Shit!
There's the big guy in the background as I waste half of my ammo in panic. I thought I was going to die right here, but I managed to get away. Yeah, when I'm watching this footage and editing this video, this action seems like it's kind of awkward, but in the moment, this is just incredible. This is next level gaming right here, folks. Oh, I think Gran Turismo 7 has ruined flat screen racing games for me, and I think this game may have ruined flat screen horror games for me. I actually felt kind of dazed at this point because, like I said, I had tried this sequence of events here several times, probably 4 or 5 times, and I wasn't really sure what to do. Apparently, you just try to survive as long as you can, and then you automatically just get through the situation. But yeah, this is my first time actually doing it, so I'm just kind of disoriented and dazed on the ground here. I had some kind of arrow in my leg, and my character just automatically wrapped some cloth around his injured hand. But yeah, you can probably tell I'm completely blown away by this. Like I said, Gran Turismo 7 has ruined me for flat screen racing, and I think this game has ruined me for flat screen horror. I've always been a fan of horror movies, even as a kid, but it's been a long time since a horror movie scared me or even made me nervous. But if I play a scary video game in the dark with headphones on, I can get the proper horror movie effect. And with VR takes it to a completely different level. It's just really amazing. I hope more people get to check this out. The price is somewhat prohibitive still, I think. I hope Sony can drop the price soon and more people can look at this, because I do think this is next level stuff. This makes gaming feel fresh to me. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. More videos soon, both VR and flat screen. But for now, as always, thank you very much for watching.